So with that said, we're going to go through and answer our interview with our first.
It's been an interesting time. 2 years ago, prior to 2 years ago, and actually COVID, I was one of those people who decided that I was going to take total advantage of eating myself into oblivion, and which I did. And I was realized my problems that were gathering to me. And I was really a member in good standing with the I Was Going To Club. I was going to not eat bad things, but good things. I was going to stop some salt and sugar. I was going to do a lot of things. And in January of 2022, I entered the emergency room of the medical center here with chest pains. I was diagnosed with a right heart ventricle blockage issue. My administration charge also listed me as obese, 317 pounds. It's tough to look at a chart that lists you as morbidly obese. And they informed me I had type 2 diabetes. I required 4 shots of insulin per day, 8 prescriptions related to heart per day.
Wow.
When I came home, I realized that I had one of two choices. I could either put my house in order or I could change my ways. And I chose to do the latter. I gave up salt, sugar, processed foods, but I needed more. I needed more help. I looked at all of the videos, all of the information. I told Eric, I'm all in. Got the patches and started on my journey. Okay. Today, 8 months later, I no longer have or take 8 subscriptions for my heart. I no longer require any insulin at all per day. My primary physician last month, April, said to me, and I quote, "Stephen, you are no longer a type 2 diabetic, and your lab results are incredibly outstanding."
Wow.
My cardiologist said to me, "Stephen," I quote, "you are no longer, you have a Superman heart. We cannot find any signs with all of the tests we've put you through that you ever had a heart issue."
Wow.
Now, let me tell you how I think this happened. By the way, I've also lost a little more than 90 pounds of personal weight. Now, I believe that I have got to this point because I have used for 8 months X39 and X49.
Wow.
I have used in the past 6 months Eon, Cortisone, glutathione. Those products have helped me across the board with all kinds of things. And just to make sure that I really get to look pretty, I've been using Alvita, okay, just to make sure. And what's quite interesting, what's really quite interesting is in the last couple of months, you know, I lost weight, but I was kind of stuck. You know, you get kind of stuck sometimes when you're doing that. So I said, well, let me try SP6. And I'll tell you something, it's amazing how that alters your appetite, still gives you energy. The product line is unbelievably amazing. I will tell you there are other things, and I tell Eric when I talk to him, I said, and it also has some interesting side effects. My hair has gotten much thicker. My hair has gone from white to gray, and it's starting to go darker. I don't need cheaters anymore. I used to need cheaters. I don't need cheaters anymore for fine print. I can read. And of course, those wonderful age spots have absolutely disappeared off of my arms and every place else. And I'm trying to be brief here because it's done so many things for me. And I have enjoyed sharing it with anybody and everybody I knew I know I consider it to be really, because of the results, I believe it to be my responsibility, my moral, absolute responsibility to share it with everyone that I know. Okay. I can't guarantee everybody will immediately see what I saw, but I know that I have fulfilled my obligation to let them know that this fabulous technology exists and that, yes, you can reactivate your stem cells. You can not only stop, but you can reverse the aging process. I am a living, walking, talking example of what can happen.
Steven, wow. I mean, all I can say is the reason why we're all here for all those testimonials, you are pretty much our living model of that. I don't even like to ask age, but I think everybody's probably wondering how young are you now? How young?
In this last February, I turned 78 years old.
78, everybody. There is still a lot of life left. And wow, Steven, in 8 months, look at what has happened in 8 months, everybody. I think all the guests must be really wondering what is really in this patch. I know that, in the beginning, you were kind of using through the process. It's been months since we've been working together. I couldn't even tell the changes, but today looking at you, I mean, I can see the hair just like shining. That's a nice hair, buddy.
Yeah, you used to be able to see through the hair and see how thin I was, but you can't do that anymore.
Well, Steven, I don't know what else to ask. I think you've covered it all. Is there any last words you'd like to leave with our viewers tonight? And I can't wait to have you back in the next 3 months again.
Well, there is one thing. Both of my physicians who really don't know each other, okay? But both of them stated to me, from your lab results that we're looking at here, there's no reason that you should be well into your hundreds.
Wow.
I repeat, well into your hundreds, not make 80, not make 90, but be well into your hundreds. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be well into my hundreds.
Well, Steven, I totally can see you've definitely regenerated. You've definitely repaired. And that 10-year for 1 month, and now it's your 8th month to regenerate you all back like this to this level and get you off all those medications. I think this is one of my top 10 testimonial ready to share with. So thank you, Dr. Velvet.
I thank you so much. I thank all of the things your team has done and put together, and all that you've done is made it just absolutely amazing.
Well, I want to say thank you, because we appreciate you here, and we just love when everything just works, because these results are the reasons why we're here, Stephen. So I think everybody knows that. And Suzanne, I think you're going to have a nice time to explain how this technology works to our guests right now. They must be really wondering what's going on.
Well,
thank you so much for having me. So
I'm happy to explain it. These were amazing results. And we think, now, how could this small little patch, do these results? It's non-transdermal, non-invasive, no dosage. It's organic nanocrystals that with that mixture is unique. And with that, it absorbs and holds bodies of infrared red body light or heat when applied to the body. So LifeWave is a wearable technology. This is a dream come true. We really are coming into some fabulous technology. Crystals reflect back infrared spectrum light waves into the body. And with that, just much like the sun, when you go out and our bodies naturally produce vitamin D, the frequencies elevate the GHK copper peptide. It's a master signaling molecule, which then begins to reset over 4,000 genes. Now, not in a long time period, but within 24 hours, it takes action immediately, starts to repair DNA. And most importantly, it activates the body to naturally produce pluripotent stem cells. That means that the stem cell will create and be whatever the body needs. Wow, fantastic technology. The patches do not heal, and we want to make sure that you know that. I can see that many of you are planning on sharing this call, so please make sure that they do not heal. It is the body that does this heal. Now, this is a technology that's been around for a long time in form. It's called biophotomodulation. It means a metabolic change in the cells. So it isn't that this is unknown. It's just that the way that it is in the patch created by David Schmidt is the fantastic difference. So how do you wear it? It's so easy. You unpeel the back, you wear 12 hours on and 12 hours off. And we call this age reversal, because I want to turn the time over to Peter so that he can tell you a little bit about the company and the man who created this unparalleled proprietary wearable light technology. Peter, please give us some info.
Thank you so much, Suzanne. And I just want to let everybody know what a beautiful time to be alive today, where we can actually say frequency is our medicine. And we just had two incredible testimonials to prove that. And what a time to be alive, to be partnering up with a company called LifeWave, where we are 100% stable company. David Schmidt is the owner. He is the creator of this technology. And what has he done in the last 19 years being in this space? He has built a company with a foundation where we call vertically integrated, meaning that we create our own products. We manufacture our own patches. We make the ingredients that goes into our patches. David Schmidt protects every technology that he comes up with a patent. And all the patents that he has created, over 70% are all on regenerative science. If you were to share this with anybody in the world that is open-minded to natural healing, and then they get to hear how a technology where we can actually use our own body to heal ourselves, it is unheard of 20 years ago, but again, today, it is alive. So we have been, the one thing that I do want to share is that the X39 alone, because the reason why we're all here, in over 10 years ago, David knew that the world is going into stem cells. He knew that because of this photobiomodulation, there might be a way to turn on your own stem cells without injections. He spent millions of dollars researching, developing, and a little bit over 4 years ago, right before we came in, he released this patch. In the last 4 years, everyone, over 1 million users around the world is using the X39 as of today. It has transformed our whole company, and 80% of our volume just comes from X39. And every single story that you hear in our testimonials is because this is the very, very first time that you can turn on your own stem cells, again, using your own body's light. If any of these stories resonates with you, please talk to the person that invited you on this call. There is nothing else in the world that can literally help you repair and regenerate. So talk to the person that invited you, because they really want to share something with you that has changed their lives.